Well, I'm back up here at Duffer's Saddle and I'm about to go through the Nevis Road after failing to do so yesterday after getting quite literally sidetracked. I went up the sidetrack to look at the Old Woman Hut and ended up carrying right on through to the Old Man Range and the obelisk and down the other side. So here I am again. This is quite an easy track really compared to what I have been doing. There's a few river crossings, but I'm pretty sure it's just a good gravel track, none of the ruts and stuff I was fighting with yesterday. So let's go. It's a beautiful day up here, and this valley down below me there is the Nevis, or the Nevis. I still need to find out the correct way of pronouncing it. Yeah, as with most of the towns in this area, it was a gold settlement, and I think this one was abandoned just due to the harsh weather and just the impossible living conditions over winter. That's the Old Woman Range, and where I went yesterday. So somewhere along in one of those gullies is the hut. So yeah, let's wander on through there. We'll check out a little bit of the town. There's not much of it left. There's an old cemetery down there. And yeah, the track then follows the river up and winds out back up over the hill and ends up at Garston. The back end where you're winding along the river and crossing it a few times is where it gets a little bit more interesting, but it is still a pretty good track. Remains of one of the old buildings. Apparently this area was settled in about 1862, and by about 1920 it was starting to wind down again. But yeah, the settlement was called the Crossing. Some of the old houses there, and yeah, just this piles of gravel, and you can tell by the landscape that the mining's gone on, but neat little place. Used to be 3 hotels here at one point. I find that incredible that places like this would have a hotel. But I suppose if you've got hundreds of miners, they've got to stay somewhere, and until they've got a chance to build a hut or do something, you'd stay at a hotel, I guess. It's not like a modern hotel, it'd be like a pub with rooms, but it'd be fun to see. this here is the lower Nevis settlement. I think that was originally the bakery. And yeah, just remains of some of the old houses. There's a few of the cottages that have been looked after and some that are still people's homes, which is great to see. Just a lovely quiet place with people like me driving through it. These signboards have seen better days. I'm pretty sure they were here when I was in last, about 5 or so years ago. But it's one of the earlier places they were using hydraulic sluicing. I think St. Bathans was the first. But all throughout the hills here are these water races that they've dug and channeled the creeks in order to get the gravity and the water pressure. They'd use it for sluicing and dredging and whatnot as well, but before they had mechanical pumps and electricity, they just used what was available, gravity. It's been 100 years or so since the mining stopped, and we still get a landscape like that. And here's the remains of another little cottage. It's a fireplace. And some of the walls remaining, but wonder who used to live here. I'm sure it'd be an interesting tale, I'd imagine. This is a strange plant growing in the corner of this old cottage with these sort of berry things on there. Got no idea what it is. Don't know if it's edible or if they're poisonous. I'm not going to try one to find out, but strange little berry looking things. these are the ruins I was thinking of. They're a bit further along than I thought. This is at a place called Cameron's Creek, just on the Nevis Road. And again, it's all sort of gold mining and sluicing. Tailings? That's what they call it, eh? It's not quite a front door to knock on, but you can tell it was a house. And it looks like you still could have a fire in the fireplace. Either of them, it actually looks like people would have. Be a cool place to camp, but just imagine that this once was somebody's house. popped up this little side track just for a bit of a view. That's where the track's heading now, up over the hill and out towards Garston. So we've left the valley behind us. It's a lot easier than up the top there. That was hard going up there. But a lot more pleasant this drive. Oh, let's get up over the top. I believe there's some sort of a race happening up there. So yeah, a lot of cars and it's quite busy, but we'll wander over and see what there is to see. There's something about this area and epic views, because here's another one. Over that side there is the track that heads back down, and you can see all of those vehicles parked up over there. That's the Garston ski hut or something along those lines. So I won't be stopping there, I'll just cruise on through. I don't know if you can see over in the distance, there's a vehicle going down there now. But that's the way I'm headed, up, around and down. Oh, I've made it down the track, just airing up the tyres and then back on the main roads, which will be for the rest of the day. So I will see you again at another track shortly. Thanks again for watching. I will see you next time. Yeah. One of these days I'm going to fall in, and I will get that on camera, I think.